January morning, a strange rite awakens MacArthur, Dos Passos, Marshall Patton, Hemingway. Further up in the east, a Lorraine mist wakes up 80,000 drowsy eyes. From 1917 to 1919, 2 million young Americans come to European front lines to fight. An army soon forgotten. This is a tribute to those who, at the age of 20, crossed the ocean from the New World to the Old. A 2-year research leads us to meet one of them, Tom, a doughboy from Boston.
Tom doesn't unburden his heart. Sometimes in snatches of conversation when he has had too much to drink. It's while having a drink that he tells about September 1917 in Bordeaux, in the southwest of France. Frightened by the crowd, arms too tired from greetings, he handed his weapon to the father of a young girl dressed in white on the dock. The preacher didn't lie. Europe looks like a new world to be discovered. With her arms reaching out, one could hear her saying, "Welcome, kiss and welcome." Kiss, as he tried to explain this in a letter to his mother that very night.
From the 2nd Naval Base, Tom writes, "Dear Mother, in Bordeaux we thought we were Pershing's children. General Pershing, head of the Expeditionary American Corps, lands with 100 men on the 13th of June 1917 in the port of Boulogne. 10:15 in the morning, he sits for some photos, answering some questions. Do you speak French? With all those beautiful ladies around, I will soon be speaking French. A grandson of an Alsatian, Pershing, with his flat hat and square chin, puts a spell on the France of 1917. The 3-year war without them is forgotten, as well as those newspaper articles. France sheds blood, America reaps gold. Some hours later, on that day, Paris is grateful to the American commitment. Pershing is attributed a commanding officer's pennant at the main courtyard of the Invalides in Paris. Today, at the same place, on the 2nd floor of the Invalides Museum, nothing is left of the 1917 soldiers but a mannequin, 3 paintings, and a scale model. On the colossal stairs lies a tank, almost forgotten by time, reminding us that it was steel, gold, or men, lots of men, that France was waiting for.
Tom didn't have time to send his letter. The dog, Pearl White, and the regiment left the harbor to go to Gèvres, in the center of France. While in Boston, Tom didn't like English people. The bandmaster was German. Ye gods, why did Tom come here? In 1915, Tom is appalled at the sight of the 128 Lusitanian Americans drowned by a German submarine. Propaganda does all the rest. Chosen by chance or by divinity, Tom enlisted to fight the barbarians. He went to war as one goes on a crusade.
The American government has to face its citizens with their real enemy, the English. They must forget the sacred sword of Lafayette. On the 4th of July 1917, Lafayette's grave in Paris serves as a platform for Pershing. In the crowd, not one French journalist could understand English. Gaston Leroux, the practical joker, dropped back to the office and made up a headline. Lafayette, here we are. Armed with its first legend, America enters the countries at war. Since 1916, German generals have been offering to train the American army to shoot at real soldiers, not at funfair ducks. In 1916, just after a hasty breakfast, Pancho Villa, the Mexican, insults the American army badly. All these scout hats, tight uniforms, mules, old-fashioned cannons which are making the Germans laugh, worry the Allied generals. Pershing quits the Mexican bandit to attack the German emperor. He's got a simple plan. The Allied armies should stand up to the enemy and dominate the front. The young and new American army should take over Berlin, neutralize the Reich, celebrate democracy and victory, then retire to America.
The Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums drumming everywhere.
Under the remains of the Ministry of War, the Allied strategists tell Pershing that he should not trust newspapers. It's been 3 years since the beginning of the war. Since 1914, the front has scarcely moved. Reims might be taken over. Verdun has been miraculously saved from wreckage. The new armaments have yet to prove their new role. Anyway, the enemy gets stuck in serious questions. The American army should be divided into many troops in different places. Pershing refuses. Even though his men are not experienced, he doesn't want to give them up to the Allies. From behind the windows of the Ministry of War, he defies Clemenceau. He wants his men to be independent, and they will show they are worthy and strong enough.
Tom drove us to the zoo at Gevres Camp. We wanted to see the traces of war. He said, "Here I lived it as you have dreamt of it, because fighting was only in our minds. Here, all was feverish because France was at war, but the fighting was far away. We had to watch out for our food, otherwise it might be stolen. We had to accept those who came with their